The state government has announced it's considering scrapping the statute of limitations that currently prevents many survivors of child sexual abuse from suing for damages. Victims, advocates and lawyers have welcomed the news, saying the court process is traumatic enough without a time limit being imposed on people coming forward.
John was 13 when he was repeatedly abused at the Woodlands Boys' Home near Newcastle in 1965.
The so-called volunteer who'd come and help out actually raped me in the toilet shower, and I reported it that day to the matron, and all I got back was a backhander across the face.
It took decades before he felt able to report the abuse again, taking him well outside the statute of limitations.
There's an allowance of between 3 and 12 years for survivors to come forward, and we know from the Royal Commission interim report that on average it takes 22 years for a survivor to disclose.
That means they're not going to be able to speak up, and their offenders, if they're still alive, are going to get away with it.
Stories like this at the ongoing Royal Commission into Child Sexual Abuse have prompted the state government to act.
There's a discussion paper out. We're hoping the community will support us on it.
The public's being asked to provide submissions on whether to reduce or remove the legal time limit.
Those who have actually had these torturous moments in their lives, those people are the people we'd really like to hear from. But, you know, there are others, the representative groups and so on. Indeed, the organisations who might be on the receiving end.
If the changes do go through, lawyers don't expect the courts to be flooded with cases and claims.
All we're doing is removing one impediment, and that in itself is only one factor as to whether a claim would proceed.
The Royal Commission will turn its focus next to Knox Grammar, examining conduct and abuse at the private school between 1970 and 2012. Hearings examining the North Shore Boys' School start next month. Lucy Carter, ABC News, Sydney.